Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Deandra here, Fashion Without Limitations. And as you see on the title, we're going to be talking about my everyday bags and how it has come to be, how they evolved in this way, and so forth. I've changed the scenery. I'm trying to switch it up, see if I like it. And I'm just a little bit bored of my black and white background. So I was like, let me switch it up a little bit. So I'm sitting down and comfy in my little chair. And let's get into it. So the first bag that I'm going to literally go down the timeline. This first bag is my absolute first bag that I bought as a leather bag. 7 years ago, and I literally had to think, I'm like, my God, it's been 7 years. It's 2023. Wow. So 2016, I decided to make the switch from faux leather bags to actually buying leather bags. And the reason that is because I realized I was wasting my money. The faux leather bags are in very cute designs. They're plentiful. They're cheap. Yes, you can find them almost anywhere. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Burlington, you name it. You can find your pick. However, they don't last long. And then you are stuck with the task of finding a replacement for something that you most likely truly love. And that happened to me several times. I fell in love with the bag. It was so useful. It was so versatile, or whatever the case may be. And then it starts falling apart. The leather starts peeling, all of that stuff. And then I no longer have a bag in that color, that size, give or take, what have you. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to take the plunge and I'm going to start buying leather bags. And I was a bit more frugal back then. And I said to myself, I'm not paying over $100 for a leather bag. And this sweet beauty came on sale from Macy's. I think it was originally almost $300, if memory serves me correct. I'm going to have to send, if I can find it, show you what it originally looked like because it's been through the ringer.
This is the bag in a new unworn state. Very structured, clean lines, and lovely pebbled leather.
This is the bag. Look at it. Let me come up closer for you guys. It's a dkny bag. Okay, I'll give you a 360. As you can see, the wear and tear in the back, simple. Oh, it does have feet, 4 feet on the back. So this bag, you can't even tell that the hardware was both gold and silver because it has just degraded and tarnished in so many different ways. This bag was my everything. It was my travel bag, my everyday bag, my school bag, everything. Shopping bag, everything. Okay? And I was just like, it's a leather bag, it's indestructible. You can't even tell from how worn it is that it was originally a very structured bag. Not rigidly structured, but it was structured. And I've used it so much for, I would say, a couple years. I think I took the plunge in 2018, yes, and you'll see what I replaced it with. Because I was just like, and what was the light bulb that I was like, I need a new bag? I was actually going on an interview, and I picked up my everyday handy dandy workhorse, and I was like, this is embarrassing. That was the thought that came to my mind, like, this is embarrassing for me to carry at this point, especially to an interview where you're supposed to, in my opinion, you're supposed to look polished in a sense. You're not expensive, polished, clean, straight lines, tailored, that type of things. No, not too tight clothes, good form-fitting, clothes-fitting, clothes that fits your shape and everything like that and does not reveal too much. And with your accessories, not too overstated, very plain, simple, because you're there to represent yourself and your skill set, what you can do and provide for them for that job. So me coming into interview, look at the straps. I've worn this to the end of its life. This strap looks a lot better. I mean, you can see, I don't know if my camera's showing, but some of the binding has been kind of being discolored. So this one was a little bit on its way out, and a little bit of the threading right here is starting to come out. Some of the piping, I don't know if you can see that. The piping of the bag was starting to protrude because I put a lot of heavy weight in this bag. Thankfully, none of the straps started to pop. But when we go into the inside, the leather, because this is more of like a Saffiano leather, I would say, in the inside. If that is leather, I know the outside is leather, but perhaps this was probably faux leather in the inside, because I don't know leather to crack like this. And although I've put this bag through the ringer, the rest of the bag, yes, it looks worn. Yes, it looks wrinkly in a lot of different areas and so forth, especially the back. It's not cracking. So I'm more inclined to believe that the inside here, because it's just a little, the border of the top of the bag has that type of material. I'm inclined to think that this is faux leather. But as you can see, it's cracking in multiple different ways and areas. It has just one, this wasn't a zippered bag, it's just a magnetic closure that closes right in the middle like so. And the magnetic closure still does work. I try to put something in there so that it will have some sort of structure, because I still have this bag. And the main reason why I do, because it's my first leather bag. And I would say, even though that many would not consider this luxury, it's not, but this is my first designer bag. This is Donna Karan, New York, dkny. And for the most part, they have some leather bags, but I would say this was a very good find. It has a fabric interior, which was starting to rip from the seams where everything was cracking. So this is no longer useful for me. I do not use it. It's literally just taking up a space on my shelf. And I keep it just mainly for the sentimental value that this was the bag that I took the plunge on, that I was like, you know what? I'm willing to spend my money on this. I'm willing to try and go on this new venture with. And so that's why this bag is still here. However, this is the first bag of my everyday bag venture, if that makes any sense. Now, in 2018, when I realized I should not be carrying this bag anymore, time has caught up with it, I came across a bag from All Saints. And I also, this bag was different from my comfort zone, because I was always a tote girl back then. For all of my life, really, I've been always a tote girl. I would have a few satchels here and there, but a tote girl nonetheless, because I like to carry everything in the kitchen sink and go. I don't want to be limited by anything. So I decided, when I was going to retire that bag, I'm going to have a separate interview bag that I should have for the rest of my life. I'm not going to pay for another one, and it should suit all my needs for what I would need to go on an interview with. And then a regular everyday work bag. And for me back then, a work bag was always black. This bag I still use to this day, so 2018 till now, that's 5 years. So it has been keeping up very well. And I would say I'm starting to see a little bit of wear and tear in there, but it's fixable wear and tear. Nothing is ripping. Nothing is as shameful as the first bag. Okay, so now this bag, if memory serves me correct, And I'm also going to show you how it looks online, because this bag, you can still buy it from All Saints. They have certain colors on their actual website, and you can find it in this color, if memory serves me correctly still. I saw it on Nordstrom lately in this color. So it's black with gold hardware, and I'm going to show it to you how it was packaged. So it's packaged very rectangular. I have stuff in it because, as I said, I use it till this day. So it's not giving off the complete shape as how it was packaged. It slouches a lot, which I like. And it's so weird. I bought it when slouching was not in trend. And right now, 2023, slouching is like big to medium bags and slouching all over the place. And I'm like, well, hello. I've already been on trend long time ago. So this is the bag. This is how it looks when I carry it. It's like this nice slouching effect. I have a good amount of things in there to keep it, to show you how it looks every day as a shape. Yep, I love it. It's a shoulder bag. You can wear it crossbody too. I'm going to do some mod shots for you guys so you can see how it is on my frame. To be full disclosure, I am 4'11", so I'm a bit on the short side. So for a taller person, I'm not sure how this bag can work out for you. I have not adjusted this bag in terms of the amounts of adjustments that they have here. And just to let you know, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 adjustment spots. And I use the lowest one, and I'm quite comfortable with that. So I'm able to just put it right over my arm and do it like so. I'm fine. Or you can put it over yourself as a crossbody, and it's literally sitting right underneath my rib cage, if that makes any sense. Sorry, this is a new position for me. And yeah, I'm able to get to my items quite easily. I only put it crossbody when I need my hands free, and that's very rare every day for me, because this is my work bag every day. The bag is usually just used just like so, right over my shoulder as a shoulder bag. And yeah, I'm able to get everything at a glance. I'm able to put what I need in here. Now, pricing for this, I bought this around $280. I originally bought it less than $200, if memory serves me correct. I'm going to have to double check on that, and I'll write it down below. Nordstrom tried to play me and say they didn't have it in stock, and then all of a sudden it's back in stock, full price. I really wanted the bag because my intentions of it was to get rid, recycle what I had and get rid of my old everyday bag and start using this. And this was the only bag that I really felt would suit my needs. So I was willing to pay the full price of it. If memory serves me correct, it was $380, and I'll put it up down below. I don't know if I've already said the name of the bag or if I put it up on the screen. If memory serves me correct, this is called the Edbury leather shoulder bag. It's Ed something. Okay, and they have it in different variations. They have it in different colors, in different types of materials, suede, fringe at the sides. If that's your vibe, you can have that. Very quickly on this bag now, the wear and tear, what I've started to notice this year is that around the holes, they're starting to bubble a bit with me using it. There is not really much any damage happening to the glazing of the bag. That is pretty much intact. Every now and then I'll get some scratches or a discoloration on here, and I'll just literally just rub it out with my fingers and it'll go right away. So I'm okay with that. I would say you do see some wear and tear on the bag. I don't know if you can see that. Like, you can see that it has been used, but it still feels very soft. The leather in which it originally came in is still the same leather, but it's just like it was very smooth leather. So for this, it still feels very smooth, but you can definitely see the age in the leather. And I feel like it, honestly, to me, makes it look better, to be honest. It has character, but that's just me because it's not aged. It has not aged in a way that it makes it look bad. The color is still intact. There's no discoloration, none of that. Now, at the bottom of the bag, since this is a shoulder bag, there's no feet. Okay, you literally just have a seam at the back at the bottom of the bag. At the sides here, at the sides, there is some discoloration. I don't know if it's coming up on camera. Probably not, but there is some discoloration in the piping, like some scratches and so forth. So hopefully I have another 2 more years out of this. I'm guessing probably this one is more pronounced. Yeah, there you go. Um, Hopefully I have another 2 more years out of this bag. Honestly, I like it so much, I will get it again. Yep, I will get this All Saints bag again in the same color. I wouldn't even change the color. Unless I find something else that I really like more, but it suits my needs. The lining in the inside of the bag, which is like a cotton lining, is this cotton lining is inside the bag. It has not discolored. I haven't spilled anything in here either, so it's still intact. It's not ripping, nothing. I have a slip pocket in the front and a zipper compartment at the back, and the rest is just an open pocket. And yeah, I am happy. The zipper still works, everything. I do like the hardware on here. It's like reminiscent of All Saints aged gold hardware. It's very like an antique gold type of finish it has. But this is definitely for me. Now, since I've made that change, this has become my everyday bag for the winter time. So I'm telling you how it evolved. I decided that, in the summertime, I like more lighter clothing. Black, yes, it goes with everything. But in the summertime, I wanted a everyday bag that give a summer vibe, a summer, spring vibe. So I decided, and I felt like that would make me be able to keep this longer as well, less wear and tear on it if I'm not using it 365 days of the year. So I decided to get another bag, and I bought it pretty much at the same time, to be honest. And let me get that for you. Alrighty, bear in mind these have all been stored, and these, honestly, these totes are not really stuffed, or I should say these bags in general are not really stuffed because I bought them so long ago, and back then I don't take care of my bags as well as I do now. So now that I've become this person that's so into fashion, bags, accessories, whatever you name it, I want to protect what I bought. This is my money. I'm not wanting to buy these things again. So you're not going to see the full shape of it, but if I can find the item online, I'll link it up somewhere here.
Hi guys, this is the Nordstrom Mercier leather tote in the color gray clay.
Okay, so this is the bag I got for the summertime. It's like a nice grayish beige, more gray, neutral. I have it in this shape right now. As you can see, it wasn't stuffed, so you're seeing the creases and so forth. What drew me to the bag was a review. This is a Nordstrom bag. Apparently, Nordstrom can make their own bags because this is not a brand bag at all. This is a Nordstrom leather bag. The review that I saw on the Nordstrom website was that the shopper saw it in the store with it in this shape being advertised. And I realized that I was like, that's not how the bag is being advertised. You can wear it two different ways. So you can wear it this way, or you can wear it as a tote with the flaps out. So now you have a lot more space. Okay? A lot more space. I wish you could see it in its full beauty. It's a very beautiful bag. This bag does not have any feet. It only has a magnetic closure. When you open it, I guess I had this in there last. Bath and Body Works. Eucalyptus and Spearmint, my favorite, one of my favorites. Um, it has literally a flap inside, okay? And this flap is not zippered. I have things in there, so I don't want to open it completely. And then it has on the back side a zippered compartment, which I don't believe I really used. Yeah, I don't have anything in this really. So it has and so this is the back side of it. And then in the front side, you don't have anything there. It literally says Nordstrom. Oh, Nordstrom here. You probably may not be able to see that. And then this one is the zippered compartment in the front of the bag. So yeah, so this is my summer bag. You can wear it like this on your person, or you can take it out and wear it just like so. Very pretty. Now pricing for this, if memory serves me correct, I think I paid a little bit over $100 for this. Not much money. And I think it was on sale. I don't remember what it was originally going for, but I did not pay on arm and leg for this. And for it to still be going true, they're both 5 years, the All Saints and the Nordstrom bag. I don't really have much wear and tear on this. I see some little what do I call it again, scratches on the edges, which is expected. A little bit of scratches and fading, but honestly on the piping, because this is what keeps the structure of the bag, this little piping situation here. But other than that, the handles are good. There's no other discoloration. So for 5 years, this has been going pretty well. So now, since I made the choice of having a winter fall bag or a colder month type of everyday bag and a warmer month type of everyday bag, I decided to have a separate interview bag. So let me get that one for you. Here is my everyday interview bag. It is Coach. I also have this for 5 years now. I bought this in 2018. If not 2018, definitely 2019, but if memory serves me correct, it was 2018. I bought this around my birthday. I went to the Coach outlet. So I bought this in store, so I don't have any receipt to show you guys of what I originally paid for or what even the item is called. But pretty much long story short, I was on the hunt for an interview bag, and the sales associate there understood my needs, and he was just like, this is the bag for you for what you want. A lot of people use this to go to work. He think it would suit my needs quite well. And what this has, and what I really liked about it, because they had a lot of branding, the branding is pretty small right there. I also have the choice to use it on the back side, where it's just the flap. So the back side is the flap that goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag. Okay, and the flap in the front also does the same. Okay, It does have feet. Okay. I hardly use this. I literally use it for the purpose that I bought it for, strictly for interviews. I do not use it for work, although it would be a good work bag. In the inside, this is what it looks like. So this is the flap here, and then you have two magnetic closures that is shared by the partition in the middle. And so you have one section here, another section there with the last flap. So you have 4 open pockets. Now this zippered compartment is the 5th compartment, which I just have like documents and so forth in there for right now as for storage. But when I go on interviews, this is where my portfolio with my resume, my book, everything goes in here so I can take notes and have everything organized for my interview. And that's what I really want. When I'm on my interview, as I said, I like to be polished. I like to feel organized. I like to have structure and everything like that. And this bag literally does that. It doesn't slouch, which is perfect. It has compartments, which is perfect. It fits what I need. And I can get to everything that I need to get to. In the back, there is a zipper compartment here. And then in the front, you have 2 card slots. Well, you have 2 card slots on this open pocket here, and then you have another open pocket here as well. I don't know if you can see that. One of the pockets actually has items, has just lotion and hand sanitizer, which I keep in there because I'm going to need it again. And then I have my handy dandy pen because I always take notes on interview. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's a really good tip. Take notes on your interviews. You're interviewing them as well as they are interviewing you. So that has become my interview bag for the last 5 years. So as you can tell, I made the plunge in 2016, and then 2 years later, I revamped my whole bag situation in terms of my everyday needs. Even though interviewing is not an everyday need, I feel like it's still an essential piece to everyday life because you go to work, you have to go on interviews to go to work, and depending on what stage you are in your life, you may be going to a lot of interviews weekly, or you may not be so much. You may be a little bit more reserved, or you have kind of settled in your career in a way where you don't take so much. At 5 years ago, I was going on interviews a lot. That was where I was in my life. I was in the beginning or figuring out things, and I was going through a lot of interviews. So there was a lot of usage of both my everyday work bag and my interview bag, and I was interchanging between them both. Now that interview bag is not being used as much, but it still does get its usage, and it does help when I go on interviews to have that bag, and it's just a more of one less thing I have to worry about because it fits what I need and everything has its place. Now, the last bag I have to show you, I actually just made a video on it, which I'm still editing, so it will come out before this bag. But this bag is a replacement for my my summer or warm weather everyday bag because as I said, I did start to see a little bit of wear and tear, and I just happened to come across a bag that I liked that I would say could be a really good replacement if that bag decides it's time, decides to go on me. However, this is the Rebecca Minkoff Oyster Tote. Okay, the sides of it does not collapse like the Nordstrom bag, but it's okay. But as you can see, it's kind of the same with the piping having the studs. Instead, it kind of gives almost the same shape in a sense, and it also does not have feet, and it's a very, very light bag, and that's reminiscent of the Nordstrom bag as well. It's a very light bag, and that's what you want for summer: airiness, looseness, free flowing. That's what you want anyway. So it's definitely kind of have the same features for sure. and I'm happy to have it in my collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I rambled a little bit, but I just wanted to explain to you the backstory of how this all came to be, what was my rationale, how this works for me, why this works for me, how this all came about. And I don't know if this is pretty much something that is shared amongst those who are viewing as well. But I would say your needs change throughout time, and also your economic standing changes throughout time in which you can afford to expand. So when I had the one DKNY bag, I didn't really have the need. I shouldn't say have the need. I would say I couldn't really think about expanding that much then, because even if I wanted to get more pieces, it financially at that point in time it did not make sense to. Um, and especially I thought that leather bags were indestructible, which is true. That DKNY still bag is still here. The leather outer is still there. It's definitely worn, but the inside. Mm-mm. But to be fair, I did weigh it down with a lot of different things, so it was put through hell, to be honest. Um, so yes, so with as things changed in my life, I was able to make the necessary changes for me, and I honestly don't see myself expanding any further for my everyday bags. This is enough for me. I don't need anything more. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Deandra. If you are not, welcome back. I hope to see you guys again, and goodbye.